Hey Glam Squad, welcome back to my channel. Today I have a very exciting challenge. I have decided to do the full face of makeup for under €20 in Primark. Pennies has got expensive. Things have like really come up in price and I actually struggled.
It's like so much harder than I expected. I'm like already hit budget and I forgot about brows and my ears, so I don't know how I'm gonna do this. If I can get the eyeshadows as cheap as possible, I think everything else will like really work out, so wish me luck. These foundations are matte. I'm looking for something quite dewy, so I think this one could be quite good. Like that could be a really good nude palette and really versatile as well, and it's actually quite a good price. They're only £6. The lashes are going to be quite difficult. They have some here on sale, but I feel like they're too natural. Actually, that could be really cute. They're £3, so that could be good. They also have the individual ones right here, and they're £1.50, so that could really help bring the price down. Woo, I did it. I am so freaking proud of myself right now.
So I got quite a lot, but it was really hard to make sure that I had the whole face covered, so I had to kind of make a couple of sacrifices. Now I spent €20 on the button, which I'm really impressed with. I thought it might be under, but I managed to get everything for the 20s, so I stuck to plan, I stuck to budget, which is the main thing. So for foundation, I picked up the Perfect Finish foundation. This is in shade 05 Nude, and this was €3. Now I took a complete guess with this. There was no samples or anything like that, so I really hope this shade is going to be okay on me. I think it will be okay as a base colour. I do have tan on my neck, so it might be a little bit light, but I can always warm it up with a little bit of bronzer. And then I went with the matching concealer. This was $1.50 in shade Ivory. This is actually a stick concealer. I haven't used one of these in so long. I used to adore them. I think they're really handy for just popping into your handbag and touching up blemishes on the go. And it was $1.50, is really cheap. They had another one which was €3, which I actually had in my hand, but I ended up putting it back because I had went over budget. So I'm not going to be using a primer today, purely because I went over budget. Primers are actually really expensive in Primark, funnily enough. They're like €4, and I'm really not a big primer fan myself. I don't think it makes much of a difference to the finish and the lasting power of my foundation. This is actually a medium to full coverage foundation. It's a natural finish foundation, so I want, ooh, it actually feels quite thick. It feels quite thick for you know, a natural medium coverage foundation, but it smells quite weird too. I wanted to apply it with a sponge because it gives a much kind of sheerer finish, and I just want something very light and dewy today. Don't really know what kind of makeup look I'm gonna go for. I'm just totally winging this, like I'm winging life these days. I can't even lie, it is actually a really nice foundation, and I was really worried about it, but it's actually really nice. It's not too heavy, it's not too dry, but it also gives a nice amount of coverage. I was worried when I saw how thick it was on my hand. I was like, oh god, I'm going to hate this, but it's actually really nice. So next up we have concealer. I'm just going to apply this in a V shape under the eyes, and I'm just going to apply a little bit on the forehead, down the nose, and here. Not a whole lot of coverage in it, if I'm being honest, but it's okay. Next up we have bronzer, blush and highlight. So I had to make a couple of sacrifices here. I found this beautiful contour palette. So I had your contour and your highlight in one for $3.50, which is very, very reasonable. The highlighter looks absolutely stunning, and the bronzer seems like the perfect colour for me as well. Now I didn't have enough for a blush, but I wouldn't be a huge fan of blush personally myself. But there is an eyeshadow in the palette that could double up as a blush. I don't know how this is looking on camera. It's definitely darker than I'm used to, but it's blending nicely. It feels really smooth, like it's blending really smoothly, which is nice. It doesn't look mucky. I'm just taking a little bit of concealer under the contour, and I'm just gonna blend that out a little bit just to chisel out the contour a little bit, because when I was blending I kind of blended it down a little bit too much. So that will just kind of give you that more kind of chiseled contour. I picked up the Violet Haze palette, and inside we have a beautiful mix of colours. You have gorgeous warm nudes, browns, and also like a pop of like lavender. So I was just drawn to this palette. I couldn't leave it there. It's such good value as well for the €6. I could have gone cheaper. Like I said, there were other smaller palettes there for like $3.50, but I just felt like the quality wasn't there in those eyeshadows, even though I haven't swatched these ones yet, so I could be highly disappointed, but the other ones they just didn't look good. I'm going to take Rosy right here, which is a gorgeous shimmery peach, and I'm going to use that as my blush. I'm just going to finish it off with a little bit of highlight, so I'm going to go into my little highlight shade right here using this really cute small dome shaped brush. So I picked up the Liquid Matte Kiss Proof lipstick, and this is in shade Desire. So this is a beautiful nude. I picked nude because nude goes with everything, so I wasn't really sure what type of eye makeup look I'd go for, so everyone loves a good nude. So I'm going to be using Pearl as my transition shade. It's a gorgeous matte peach. It's very soft, easy to blend. It's a gorgeous transition shade. And I've actually just primed my lids using the concealer. Then I'm going to be taking Espresso on Taupe and just kind of dabbing this on the outer corner just to build up a little bit of depth here, and then I'm going to start blending it out. So there isn't much pigment in this. I find the darker colours harder to blend, that's for sure. But it is a really nice soft finish. I kind of like the finish actually. I'm just going to use a tiny little of beige just on the brow bone. Please ignore the state of my brows at the minute, they badly need to be done. And I'm just going to take a little bit of champagne and just pop it onto the lid. Again, this is a very sheer, kind of barely there shimmer. I'm just going to put the purple just on the lower lash line. Just going to start buffing that out. Last two items I got then were these eyeliner pencils. These were $1.50. You got like kind of a lighter brown and a darker brown, and I was kind of close to the end of my budget, so I had to kind of make do with what I had, and I totally forgot about brows. So I used the lighter colour to fill in my brows. Please ignore my brows as well at the minute because they were horrendous. The darker colour then I used as eyeliner. And lastly, I finished off with the Flutter lashes. So again, these were $1.50 and the total came to $20 exactly. These lashes I thought would be a lot more fluttery on. They're very natural. Maybe it's my eye shape. I've got quite big eyes, but they are very, very natural, which is nice, perfect for everyday wear. I wouldn't wear them with like a really dramatic blown out smoky eye or anything like that, but they're really perfect for this look. So you don't have to be precise with this because it's meant to be like a smoky liner, so you just kind of want the base of it there, and then we'll blend it out. You don't want to blend it completely out, but you just want to make sure that the kind of the harsh lines of the definition from the eyeliner are kind of gone, so it's really soft. And then pop on the lashes and we're good to go. So this is the finished look. It was touch and go there for a while. The eyeshadows were giving me a little bit of a meltdown. They were quite tricky to work with, just completely different to what I'm used to. Quite muted colours, but trickier to kind of blend and just kind of work together really. The lipstick is beautiful. It feels really nice. It's still a bit tacky, it's not too matte. Oh, the foundation I really liked as well, beautiful coverage, and the lashes are quite nice as well. They're not too heavy. They're great for everyday lashes if you just want something quite natural. And yeah, other than that, I don't know if I'd recommend the eyeshadows and some of the other products. However, I think the look turned out okay, not bad for 20 quid. Let me know what you think of the look, if you would have done anything differently. Please don't forget to subscribe as well before you leave, and I'll see you next time. Bye!